Hello and welcome back to KSP AD ASTRA. Today we're getting eyes on Eve. Not feet, eyes. But before we do that, we need to like, share, subscribe. I'm trying to reach, monetization by the end of the year and maybe, 1,500 subs. That'd be pretty cool. Anyway, we have our first launch of today, and it is the only launch of today. It is Astra 11, and it's launching on a Phoenix 2, which is our big old workhorse. But not for much longer. Alright, yep, this may be the last launch of the Phoenix 2. Yeah, that's crazy. And I'll have a live stream last week, probably around then, to show off the new rocket. I will have live streamed the building of the new rocket. Anyway, this mission is to go out to, I believe, Aurora Station, and you'll notice something kind of interesting. We didn't go into a polar orbit. Yeah, that was on accident. I messed that up. That's my bad. But we had enough-ish fuel to get there. But here is the first stage coming in for the landings that we are so used to by now, just like the Falcon 9. Yeah, here we are. We are in, low Kerbal orbit, and we're fast forwarding so that we can reach a point where we can fire in the correct direction to get our encounter with the space station. Yep, we just had to get a little bit out there so we can now make our trajectory change, which is going to be a rather radical one at that. All right, here we are, just shooting away. Our first stage will very soon be disconnected. That's why I have the little drop-down menu there. So it won't run out of fuel, but I'll force it to think that it's run out of fuel so that we'll stage the rocket. Just so we don't accidentally, have the more powerful engine slamming into the back of our rocket, which is, never good. It could cause a lot of issues. But yep, there goes the second stage. It is off in the distance, and it is now going to come back for a landing. But as you can see with our main mission, we have overshot the space station a little bit. But that is fine. We were able to get an encounter that would end up hitting there in a little while. So we're now aggressively getting closer to the thing while our second stage is just about to land in the ocean. Now we are arriving at our encounter. And here we go. We're going to be pulling out all of our docking procedures. It's very minimal. We're actually coming in at a pretty steep rate of speed with very low fuel left, which is the main reason why I'm using RCS mostly at this moment. It would be easier just to use the the rockets. But, or the big old rocket engine on the back. But I can't be risking that much fuel like this. I just can't do it. So here we are coming in, kind of slowly, actually very slowly. The docking here took absolute ages because of how slowly we were moving. But this will be our basic restocking of this station with kerbals on board. This helps keep them from going insane and, leaking all of the fuel out of their capsule, which would not be good, or maybe even their food, which can definitely happen. And it is not, it's not the best thing to happen. But yep, here we are coming in on our very, very slow docking maneuver. I don't know why I didn't speed this up. I mean, I'm still in the editor. I could do it now, but meh, we're doing it anyway. Maybe I'll just, while we're waiting, I'll talk about my goals for the channel for the new year. I mean, it'll be 2 weeks into the new year at this point. Yeah, so my goals for the channel this year are I want it to get monetized. Oh, there you go. You see the station off in the distance. Yeah, but I want to get the channel monetized this year, and I want to reach 1,500 at the very least. I think that's very doable. We've seen roughly 50 subscribers a month before. So what's to say that we can't do a regular 50 subscribers a month for the first, 10 months? See like how that's really all that impossible. So anyway, let's just, shoot for greatness as we are docking up to this space station. Yeah, this is still taking way too long, but that's okay because it has helped us build a little bit of suspense for the second half of today's episode. It's not really the second half, but it is a good portion of today's episode. There we go. We are docked, and then there is just a little couple of station keeping things that we need to do. We do need to undock this little craft right here. This was our restock craft, and we actually need to send another one up very soon. This thing just basically had a bunch of stuff on board, and we're just going to deorbit it and let it burn up in the atmosphere. We also sent the other capsule home, but I decided not to cover that in this video. But anyway, here we are with Venus 1 in space over Eve, about to do its capture burn, and look at how beautiful Eve looks in this with its green sunset. And here I am just going in and making sure I can do as much science as we possibly can. It is very important for our space program that we do basically gather as much science as physically possible. This mission will allow us to unlock many, many technologies on our tech tree, including making us able to build our new and impressive Phoenix 3 launch vehicle. But first, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get us an encounter with Gilly. Actually, we needed to do a very low pass of Eve in the next orbit, and then we'll try and get a encounter with Gilly. But this little burn, because we are so heavy, takes, just a little long, but that's fine. And here we are coming in to do just basically as much science as we possibly can before we shoot down into low space. But I opened up the science manager here, and I just made sure that I did basically as much science as I possibly can. Because the community tech tree has a lot of science nodes, and later on they get really expensive, like several thousand per science, and it does scale. You get more science the further you are away from Kerbin. So yeah, that's a thing. But here we are, basically unlocking or transmitting as much science as we possibly can, which will net us somewhere in about 1,000 plus science, I believe. And that allowed us to basically unlock the rest of our tech tree available in this current iteration of the science building. We do upgrade that with the funds that are gathered from this mission, which will allow us to unlock even more things on the tech tree. But here we go. We are currently shooting off towards, Gilly. It is quite the hefty burn, and it is done on the dark side of Eve. And you can see we have great connection with Kerbin right now, and I just wanted to look at that Eve sunset as we go around the planet. It is a very, very long burn, as you can tell. This is at 4 times speed, and then it's like, actually it's 5 times speed in game, and then we're 5 times speeding it in real life. But here I am just trying to get the little thing to Gilly. I actually don't have the conics for Gilly, or like the path for Gilly yet. It is not unlocked in my tech tree, or yeah, I think it's the tech tree or the observatory. So I don't really know where it is. I just kind of guessed where it was, and I was able to make a little marker and encounter it, which was pretty good. I was not able to do an orbit of Gilly, which was unfortunate. We were coming in too fast for that little rock, but that is okay. We didn't really need to land on it. I just wanted to do a quick flyby, and I wanted to do it as close as possible. And then, yeah, it is going to be a very, very close flyby. I'm actually not sure how to look in 5 times speed because it was really quick. Yeah, here we go. Here's our flyby of Gilly. Wanted to do as much science as I possibly could here, as we come in hurtling over Gilly. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. We are going to fly by it. Look at that. We were so close. That's crazy. It actually would have been kind of funny if we slammed into Gilly, but that's okay. But that was for today. That's pretty much it for today's episode. We just need to get back into orbit of Eve, into a more stable orbit. And that is where I'll leave you guys off today. If you like this type of video, and if you like this type of content, I know it was kind of more short and laid back, but I've been busy. But if you like this type of content, I will ask y'all to subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. And yeah. Leave a comment if you've made it this far. Just say something along the lines of Gilly smells funny or something like that. It'd be just nice to see if you guys actually listened this far in, or even watched this far in. So yeah, comment Gilly smells funny. I realize that could sound like a name smells funny, but you should just do it. Just say Gilly smells funny.